Hi, this is Anthony from bookcovercafe.com. If you're a writer or author who is new to the Facebook timeline layout, then this video is for you. So some of the things we'll cover in this video is just a general overview of the layout and the presentation, the new cover image, the profile image on the left hand side, the About section that's now moved, the new tabs and apps section, and other features such as pinning, highlighting, milestones, and editing your page. So this here is the main timeline layout. Okay, so this is the timeline page for Book Cover Cafe. So this here is the first thing that people will see when they land on your Facebook page. Alright, so no longer can you have landing pages, specific landing pages that people land on as the first thing they see. So you can't do that any longer. Everyone arrives on this page as you see here. Alright, just at the top we've got the main cover image. Just on the left hand side we have the profile picture, which is a smaller version of what was down the left hand side of the previous layout. Just below that is a small About box section. To the right we have the new tabs section where any third-party apps you might have are installed. This is where you can have any extra little mini Facebook pages and tabs installed to offer free content for people. These were also down the left-hand side, as many of you might remember, in the previous layout. So this is where they've been moved. Just above that you've got messages where people can privately message you, which is very handy. Just below that, as we venture into the timeline area, you'll see this is where you make all your status updates and your posts. Just below that is where all your posts and status updates appear. So this is where, just following down into this feed, this is where all the things that you have to say, comment and post about will actually show up. On the right hand side you have your friends box. Just below that you have all those people that have actually mentioned you in your page. Below that again you have recent posts by others on your page. So here is something that you will want to keep tabs on and keep a track of quite regularly, because this is where you're going to be doing a lot of your engaging with other friends and fans. So here is where they get a chance to drop a post on your page, actually leave comments and replies, and you'll want to be doing the same. So you definitely want to be checking back to this tab on a regular basis. So we'll just close that down, and just below that there you can see the likes that you happen to like, other pages, and as we follow down into the timeline you can see all the latest posts and status updates you may have made over the previous day, months and years. And it's all plotted out on this timeline, hence the name of your Facebook timeline layout. Okay, so let's look a little bit more closely at the cover image area. So this here is going to be the first thing people see when they land on your Facebook page. So it's probably the most important feature to your Facebook timeline layout. So this is where you really want to make that great first impression. Okay, so you want an image that presents you in a professional and positive light. Okay, something that really gives people an indication of who you are and what you're about. Okay, so get a little creative with this. When creating your cover image, you want to fit it to some specific dimensions. So the cover image size is 851 pixels wide and 315 pixels high. Okay, so if you match that image size, then you're going to get a much better looking, crisper, sharper cover. So there are some things you can't do with your cover image. Facebook has some a policy with the cover images. What you can't do is have contact information. No contact information such as website addresses or email addresses are allowed on your cover image. It also goes for prices and purchase information. So this goes for having the price of your book and where your book is actually available to buy. You can't include this stuff on your cover image. And you can't have call to actions. Things such as like my page, share my page, or click this link, or check out this tab, okay, with arrows. You can't do that, alright? So you've got to keep it very clean, a visual representation about who you are and what you're all about. So just by highlighting this area over here on the right hand side, you'll see the change cover button appear. If you click that, you'll get a drop down. This allows you to upload your photo, choose a photo from something you've already uploaded, to reposition it and remove it. It's really straightforward. To get you started, we also have some free timeline covers on the Book Cover Cafe Facebook page just here. When finished watching the video, come check these out and they'll help you get up and running straight away, already resized and ready to go. Alright? Okay, so just moving over to the left-hand side, and we can see the profile image. So this is a smaller version of the profile image that appeared down the left-hand side of the previous layout. So now it's a square image. It's 180 pixels high by 180 pixels wide. Okay, so whatever image you have there, if you fit it to that size, you'll get a much more crisper and sharper image. Okay, this particular profile image is what appears in your status updates and posts that you make that appear in the feed. Okay, it's the image that actually appears next to your page name that people see when they're engaging and talking with you with comments and discussion here, as you can see. So as you can see here, Book Cover Cafe, I have the photo of myself, the actual profile photo, so people can see that they're really talking to a real person, actually see my face there. Okay, so by highlighting your photo here, your profile image, you just simply click on this to be able to edit it. Okay, to be able to upload the photo, edit the actual thumbnail, remove it, and of course choose one from something you already have uploaded. Okay, just below this we'll look at the about section. So this here is a couple of lines, a few lines just about you and what you're about. Okay, so here you can actually include a live link. The box itself is clickable as well. If you click on that box, it'll take you through an about page where people can read a little bit more about you. This part here is what shows up on the actual timeline homepage, okay? Not this here. By clicking the link just at the top here, that will take us back to the main timeline page. Okay, so moving over to the right here, we have the tabs section. So the tabs here are almost like little mini pages within your actual timeline page. So here is where you would install any third-party apps, such as having your Twitter feed visible within your Facebook page. Also, if you have any YouTube videos coming in from your channel, they will also appear here as well. Okay, so this is a great place to offer free content as well if you have them. So these tabs here were actually down the left-hand side as text links in the previous layout. They've been moved up here just underneath the cover image with a lot more real estate with much bigger images, which is definitely an improvement. So just on the left hand side we've got the Photos tab. So this is sticky, which means it's not editable. So you can't change the image unlike all these others here. This actually stays as is. Okay. On the other hand, these ones here are all editable. You can change the images, and you actually can change the order of these too, which is really handy as well. Okay, and we can do that by clicking on this arrow here on the right. All right, by clicking that, it allows these to become editable, and you can see by the little pencil icon. So I can go ahead and actually make some changes here by clicking this and going down to settings. By doing that, I have the little pop-up appear, and this allows us to be able to change the name of the tab and also change the actual image too. So that's really cool. Okay, this is a great opportunity to be able to have some of those call to actions. So if you have some great content that you're giving away, or you have something special you want to draw people's attention to, then this is a great opportunity to be able to do that. So this here, for example, is the Videos tab. This is the videos coming in from the Book Cover Cafe YouTube channel. So I've installed that third-party app. So if you click on this, it actually takes you to the videos that are actually being fed in from YouTube, which is really handy. Okay, so rather than actually having the standard icon, I've gone ahead and actually created my own video image to be more consistent with the rest of my branding. Okay, which is really cool. Another great thing is you can change the order of these too. So as you can see, these are the main three images, right? So the most important information that you have available should be in these three. But you can change the order. You do that by clicking on the arrow again, and I can come down here to the other tab and choose to replace, say, videos. As you can see, it replaces that there. So you can choose to be able to rearrange the tabs as you would like. So I'll go ahead and just change that back, swap it with videos, and we're back to the way we were. So you have to make sure that you have to click this arrow so the pencils appear for you to be able to do that. Okay, so these images here, if you want to create your own, they have their own specific size. They're 111 pixels wide by 74 pixels high. Okay, so by matching those measurements, you'll get a much sharper and crisper image, just like the profile and the cover as well. So to get you started though, they actually have some free timeline tab images that you can download for free at the Book Cover Cafe website. And you can get to that just by clicking the link below this video. Okay, so next we'll move down into the timeline, just here, and we'll talk about pinning. So pinning is the process of being able to actually pin a post or a status update to the top of your timeline feed here. Okay, so this is all our status updates and posts that we've done. So if we want something to remain at the top, we would pin it. This particular post here I've already pinned, and you can tell by the orange flag on the right hand side. So it doesn't matter what other new posts or status updates we make, they will appear below the pinned item. Okay, so to go ahead and pin and unpin a particular item, we can just highlight this pencil icon on the right hand side and choose pin or unpin. I'll go ahead and unpin this now. The page will refresh, and if we just scroll down into the timeline, we can see that it's actually appeared back in its original place. So we can go ahead and actually pin this now back to the top, and there it is. There you go. You can see it's actually pinned to the top. So this is going to be a great feature for those that have upcoming events. Then this is going to be a great feature to use for that. Another feature is called highlighting. So highlighting simply allows you to draw more attention to one post by expanding it across both columns. So this would be really handy for a podcast or an image, a photo, a video even as well. So let's go down and we'll choose this one here, five ways authors can use YouTube. So what we can do is we can click this star icon that says highlight. We click on that, and there you go, it expands across both columns. So I'll go ahead and then remove the highlight by clicking the star icon again, and it will fall back to its original place. Now we've just covered highlighting, another feature we'll look at is milestones. So what we'll do is we'll just scroll back up to the top here, and a milestone is essentially allows you to be able to plot a special event or a special moment in time back in the past of your timeline about what's happened in the past. That allows people to be able to go back and check out and see a little bit more of your history of your page and you and perhaps you yourself as an author and how you've grown over the years and the books you've perhaps released. So to go about actually creating a milestone, what we do is simply just up here where you would write a status update, we will simply click milestone. And what that does is that pulls up this pop-up. And here we are able to name the event, happenings, and we can choose to hide from the news feed. So you can choose to quietly just insert this on your milestone and not actually notify anyone. So we'll go ahead and just do that for this example. And if you want, you actually can create a photo or upload a photo that represents this point in time. So I'll go ahead and just choose a photo. I'll just choose the cover photo just for this example, just because it's there and it's quick. Okay, so there we go. So what we'll do is we can also add a month there. So I'll just add a month of, say, February. Okay, and then we can just go save. Okay, as you can see here, just before we click save, the title here and the date and our description is all popped up there. So this is how it's going to look. So we'll click save. And it shoots us straight back down and plots it in February 2012. So there we go. So this would of course be replaced with a much better image that represents the event or this particular moment in time. You can see it automatically highlights it as well and expands it over both columns. So what we'll do now is we'll just shoot up to the top. Now instead of scrolling all the way up the top with your mouse, you can actually just come up to the top right hand corner up here and click now. And this will shoot you back up to the top of your timeline. So that saves a bit of time. It's a great little shortcut, that one. Okay, so that pretty much covers all the major features of the Facebook timeline layout. So just one more thing is I'll just show you where you can find the edit page function. So you can do that by going to the admin panel to the top right. That drops the dashboard down. You want to go up to the manage tab at the top and click edit page. And this will probably look like a familiar screen to you, so you can go ahead and change all the other settings, which are pretty much the same as what they were in the previous layout. Okay. So that wraps up the new timeline layout video. This should get you off to a good start branding and using your author timeline page. So be sure to check out facebook.com/bookcovercafe to grab your free write and author cover images. Be sure to also visit the website at bookcovercafe.com to grab your free timeline tab images and ebook.